What's up, GearAmerica Nation? This is Chris coming to you from the GearAmerica Studios, and today I want to talk to you about tow straps and kinetic recovery ropes, the differences, how they're used, and why you need both. Welcome back. Today I'm out in the desert and I want to talk to you about tow straps and kinetic recovery ropes. Both are extremely valuable tools and both serve different purposes. So I'm going to talk to you about what they're good for, the do's and don'ts. We're going to talk about science, we're going to talk about medieval weapons, and we're going to talk about why you need both of these in your off-road recovery kit. So let's start with the GearAmerica Tow Strap. All GearAmerica tow straps are specially made with tube webbing. They're flat, obviously, and they have enormous capabilities. But a tow strap is designed for just that. It's designed for towing. So if you've got a vehicle that's stuck, maybe it's stuck on a little bit of ice or just needs a little bit of extra pull, that's what the tow strap is for. It's for pulling somebody out of an easy situation, for towing a disabled vehicle, or moving a vehicle from place to place. Now, let's talk about Newton's first law.
Every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force.
So that's what it's designed for. You take a moving object and you tow an object that's not moving. And that's the tow strap. It's got closed loops on both ends, and let's talk about closed loop for a minute. Closed loop recovery is super important, whether we're talking about tow straps or we're talking about kinetic recovery ropes. So I might as well get it out of the way right now. I know you've all seen the tow hooks that are on some vehicles that just kind of stick up like a thumb. Those aren't a closed loop system. They're not very safe. If you can, try to use a closed loop system. And what closed loop mean is use a shackle or use a soft shackle. And what these do is they allow the loop to go through here, attach it to a fixed point, and then you have a closed loop system. Much safer, won't come off. Let's talk about the kinetic recovery rope and the differences between it and a tow strap. A kinetic recovery rope actually has some give to it. It's 30 feet long, but it'll actually stretch about 20 to 25% of its length. And what that does is it gives a little bit of a yank when you're pulling something out of a sticky situation. As you can see, the GearAmerica Kinetic Recovery Rope is a woven synthetic line. Say you've got a vehicle that's stuck axles deep in sand or just quagmire of mud and it can't get out no matter what. A tow strap is not going to be the best choice for this, because if you hook a tow strap up and you get a running start at it, there's no give to the tow strap, and that's how bumpers get pulled off, that's how things get damaged. But that is where the kinetic recovery rope comes in. Reinforced loops on both ends for a closed loop pull, so you can hook this up to a vehicle that's not stuck to the vehicle that is stuck and get a little bit of a running start to get that yank. You might have seen previous videos on our page where it shows a Jeep pulling out a full-size pickup truck. Newton's third law covers that.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
So the kinetic recovery rope takes the action of the small Jeep, takes all that stored kinetic energy, and gives that extra yank to pull out a big truck. I know packing gear for an adventure can sometimes be a challenge. You're always trying to save space or trying to save weight or trying to think what you do and do not use. But the kinetic recovery rope and the tow strap are both fairly lightweight. They're both great additions to your kit, and they both serve a certain purpose. So for that static tow line, for something where somebody just needs a little extra help, or maybe you need to tow a disabled vehicle off the trail, that's where the tow strap comes in. When you have somebody really stuck down deep and you can extend this out 30 feet and give it a hearty yank, that's where the kinetic recovery rope comes in. Now the tow strap has a lot of different uses. You can use it as a V-bridle, you can use it as a winch extension, but winch manufacturers do not recommend using a kinetic recovery rope as a winch extension, and I'll tell you why. Have you ever heard of a ballista? That's a medieval weapon. It was basically a giant bow and arrow, and what it did was it basically had a winch that pulled a rope back, and it had two kind of springy arms on it, and when you cut that rope, stuff goes flying. So if you use this on a winch, you're essentially making a projectile that you're pulling back with a winch. So the winch pulls it, stretches it, and if that thing gives, that's going to create a dangerous situation. Keep in mind, when you're using a kinetic recovery rope in a recovery, it still puts that stretch on, but it's a momentary stretch. One pulls, the other pulls out. So I hope this all made sense to you. talking about tow straps and kinetic recovery ropes. Both of them are super important. Both of them serve different purposes. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. And do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. We've got lots of cool stuff coming, like tabletop tech specs, viewer submission videos, recovery videos, all kinds of cool stuff. So for Gear America, this is Chris signing off. And as always, off-road smart and tread lightly.